Alright. Today we are going to talk about something that I gripe about constantly, and that is van life etiquette or vehicle dwelling etiquette. This is going to vary from person to person, but these are just some of my top tips, recommendations. I don't really want to call them rules. I guess everything is subjective, but it would be nice if people were generally considerate. So, first off, respecting quiet hours. Now, depending on whether you're doing dispersed camping, you're at a campground, or you are doing stealth or urban van living or vehicle dwelling, it's going to vary. However, it's considerate during, regular hours, I would say from early morning to late at night, or should I say late at night to early morning hours, maybe like 10 p.m. to 8 a.m., to not be blaring music and be super loud and rambunctious. This is also incredibly important if you're doing stealth camping, because it's going to draw attention to yourself, so you really don't want to do that anyways. Moving on, leave no trace. This is really important, not only environmentally first and foremost, but also just because when there's a bunch of garbage and trash and littering, that's what kind of gets those no overnight parking signs posted up everywhere. And a lot of dispersed camping gets taken away, or it's like heavily permitted, which just makes those resources even harder to obtain. So leave the campsite or parking lot better than when you found it. All right, moving on. Be considerate of your neighbors. This I could go on and on about, but basically give other campers space and be mindful of their space. For whatever reason, anytime I have my van doors open, whether I look busy or not, apparently it's an invitation. And I do realize that I'm out in public, but that doesn't mean that I want to strike up a 30, 40 hour even long conversation. And I get derailed a lot during the day. I like to have the doors open during the summer when it's hot, and let my dog cool off. But whether I'm editing or trying to film or live stream or just simply cook or put clothes away, plans can get derailed very easily, and I try to very politely give people social cues. And that really comes down to, I don't think you can teach people social awareness. Different people have certain levels of social IQ, and it just can't be taught. But once I start giving one-word answers and I'm not making eye contact anymore, I start looking at my phone a lot. That's kind of the, hey, it's time to get going. Nice meeting you. Sometimes I do have to pull an Irish goodbye. Yesterday I had to say, oh, sorry, I gotta go, just got a phone call. And I had to leave that parking spot, which was pretty annoying because it was in the shade, but I had to get out of there. It was DEFCON 5 or whatever. What else? Keep your distance. If there's 100 different parking spots or places to do dispersed camping, there's absolutely no need to park right next to somebody else. There's absolutely no need to park right next to me. The other day I was up on the parkway, and this couple parked right next to me and proceeded to open up their vehicle and take all of their stuff out of their vehicle and start organizing it, and they had bags of trash. I don't want to be involved in that. And I felt like my van was being used as some type of privacy wall. So I literally ripped off my window covers and started the vehicle and moved to the other side of the parking lot. And they gave me a dirty look like I was the crazy one. Anywho, just once again goes back to social awareness. I don't even know what number we're on anymore. Let's see. Respect public facilities. Leave the bathroom, showers, campsites nicer than when you went in. Leave them clean for the next person. A lot of gym bathrooms get trashed by vehicle dwellers, and that kind of puts a stink on things for those of us that respect it. And I try to do a quick shower, especially on a regular basis, so other people can hop in there. And sometimes my shower time is longer because I have to clean up after the other person before I can even get started. Basically, don't be gross. Be friendly-ish. It's great to be friendly, get to know the locals, don't make enemies, but like a nice wave will do. It doesn't always have to be an hour-long conversation, like I said earlier. And you also don't want to be overly friendly, because I've had people get the completely wrong idea and think that we were going to caravan around the nation together. And I never meant to give that impression. So just be careful and don't get too chatty. You don't want to let strangers know too much unnecessary information. You never want to tell people the next destination you're going to. The number one question I get is, oh, are you traveling through? And I try to be vague. I don't always want to say, well, no, my husband works at X, Y, and Z, and I keep it vague. Just keep it vague. You can't trust people, unfortunately. Let's see, what else? Ooh, stay tidy. Now, there's a lot of classism that comes into play with this, and it's very judgmental, but that's the society we live in. Whether you can afford a nicer van or an older van, keep it looking halfway clean. I keep my van washed and keep it looking nice, and I don't just post up and dump all of my stuff out of the van. There are certain places where you can set up shop and set up camp, and certain places where you cannot. If you're doing urban van life or stealth camping, that is not the time to open up your doors, bust out the camping chairs and the awning. Right now I'm at a public park. This looks like a campground. It's not. This place, you have to leave by 9 p.m., but I still just kind of am not gonna set up full-on shop here, if that makes any sense. Once again, can you teach people social awareness? Can you teach people discernment? I don't know. Certain things that are obvious to me are not obvious to other people. However, I hope that this helps in any way. By the way, if any of this is informative and you would like more information, we do have a Patreon. I'll link it down below somewhere on the screen. And I go into more detail over on our Patreon. 7-day free trial, $3.99 a month. If you can't afford it, no worries. I give out a bunch of free tips and tricks and information right here on YouTube. Now, moving on. Mind your pets. You will make enemies so quickly. A lot of places when you're hiking or camping, your pets are supposed to be on leash or in a gated fenced area that you can set up. A lot of RVers have those little fenced in areas. Last week when we were hiking near a waterfall, we were getting ready to go, and a dog came right up to our van. My dog was in the van. He's not friendly with other dogs, and it was not cool. It's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. So yeah, keep your pets on leash. Especially it's not safe for wildlife. There's a lot of bears around here. It's just not a good idea. Be discreet. Like I said, you don't want to make a spectacle of yourself. Am I filming in public right now? Yes. Is it a little bit awkward? Yes. However, we're not really near a lot of people. If I know I want to film or live stream or play music, I pick an area that is not near other people. And when it's evening time, doors are closed, locked, lights are off, you really want to appear like you're not sleeping in your vehicle. Even though it's kind of obvious someone lives in that van back there. But what I'm saying is, if you're stealth camping or urban camping, for your own safety even, you don't want people peering in, knowing what you have, knowing what you don't have. It's just when you're ready to go to bed, you drive to that location, wherever it may be, and you get in your vehicle, turn the lights off, and you're done. Get blackout curtains or something like that. I hope that was informative. Maybe this was obvious. These are things that I think they're so obvious I never even thought to make a video on this, but as I'm traveling around, I'm realizing it's not common sense. So sorry if I seem a little bit snarky. Sorry if this is giving a snark Reddit vibe, but I hope it was helpful. I understand that I try to be empathetic. Different people have different social awareness, but generally speaking, just don't encroach on people's space. I understand that we're in public. Some of us choose to live in vehicles. Some of us can't afford traditional housing. So please just be respectful of the resources that some of us truly need in order to survive. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching. Don't get bamboozled.